Hi everyone, welcome to Easy Drag channel. Today we are going to be watching a reality video of the road. We are going to look at different kinds of road and different parts of the road. If today is your first time on this channel, like and subscribe, hit the notification button so you will get notified whenever I upload a new video. Share to your loved ones if you know that they are interested in studying for Italian driver's license. Share to them. A lot of people have been so positive. A lot of people have sent me private message and they commend my channel. So I want to use this opportunity to say thank you for your encouragement. The encouragement keeps me going. I'm so glad that you guys are giving me positive comments. So today we are watching STRADA from a top view, from on top of its intersection, and today we'll be driving through the STRADA and STRADA Extraurbane Principale, STRADA Extraurbane Secundaria, and STRADA Urbane. We are going to look at every part of the road, and I promise to do my best to make it as clear as possible. So here that you are seeing that is very wide in the edge of this road here, that is wider, is the Piazzola di Sosta. It's called Piazzola di Sosta. Then the middle here is the Spartitraffico. As you can see, it is being divided by two. It is being divided by metal, very strong metal. That is why the road now have two carriageways. It have two carriageways. So this is a view of STRADA. So we will be entering into the STRADA. We'll drive through the STRADA today, so we all can know and understand how to make good use of every part of STRADA, what they are being used for. There's an STRADA, a highway very close to this place, and this is here. They are telling us that if you are going to Bari, there is a walk in place at kilometer 574. You understand that you should be careful. So that is what the sign is saying. Then if you are approaching an STRADA, the sign there is an indication sign. This sign that shows Pescara Bari. This sign here is an indication that you are approaching STRADA. Then here is a starting point of STRADA. The starting point. These are the categories of vehicles that should not circulate on STRADA because it has a minimum speed, because it's the highest kind of road any vehicle can circulate on. So a lot of people, they don't really know how to comport themselves when approaching an highway. So now I want to make this video to make things easier for us, to make our studies more easier. As you can see at the front here, you will see this art station. It's a sign telling you that you are approaching an STRADA. Then up there, you see where they write telepass. If you have telepass is a kind of machine where if you are approaching, if you put the sensor in your car, if you are approaching the bar will open and the money will be collected from your account directly. But now we don't have a telepass. We want to use this one, the right biglietto and telepass. So with this one, you have to pay with cash or even card. So what you need to do, as you get it, you see it's showing red. In this case, the ticket is out already. So what I just need to do is to collect it and the bar will open. But there are some cases the ticket will not be out. You press this red button. If you press the red button, the ticket will come out. Then in case you have any problem, you press here, service server aiuto. Like if you press here, somebody will start speaking to you. So in this case, I pick the ticket. Now you see the bar is open and I can now go. So in a road, we have what we call lanes. So lanes are what you are seeing at the front. A lane is a particular space made for the circulation of one vehicle at a time. One vehicle at a time. So in this case, we we have 2 lanes going and 2 lanes coming. We have not entered the Autostrada proper because now we are still in the ramp taking us to the different directions. Now, in this case, we choose to go to Bari. We pass here. For instance, we are going to Piscara. We use the other lane. So this one is called ramp. It directs you, channel you to different location. So we use the ramp to merge until we get to the road going to Bari. So we cannot run too slow on this. So this is the acceleration lane. That is where we are now. I use it to increase my speed so that I can match very well with the speed of all these vehicles coming. So as I'm watching, I watch that there's no vehicle on this lane, then I merge with it. Now I'm already at the normal speed. I'm at 120, and the highest speed you can run on this road is 130 kilometer per hour. So now I'm running 120, it's not a problem. You can run 100, you can run 110, depends on your ability. So now this lane that I'm driving on is called the normal lane, Kosia normal for normal marshal, that is for normal drive, the lane for normal drive. While the other lane at the left is called Kosia Disopaso. It's called overtaking lane. Now I want to overtake the truck at my front. I watch my mirror. The gap between me and the car at my back is big. So I start my overtaking. I traffic gate and overtake. After overtaking, I give the normal space to the truck, then I traffic gate again. I go back to the normal lane. So it is prohibited that you keep running on the overtaking lane. This normal lane is made for normal driving. So the only thing remaining for me to talk about now is the emergency lane. That is the white, after this white margin line at the right side, what we are seeing here is the emergency lane. It is only when your vehicle has fault or when there's an emergency, when you have a sick passengers, for example, and other people that are authorized to use it are for emergency vehicles like ambulance, police on duties. And the only way you can use an emergency lane is when there's an intensive traffic, hold up, go slow, and you are less than 500 meters to your exit. You can use the emergency lane to exit from the road. So that is the only way you can use the emergency lane. Another thing you are seeing here are junctions, intersections. You cannot see intersection of the same level in Autostrada. The intersection of the same level is what they call incrocio araso. You cannot see, this one you are seeing here is incrocio spasati, intersection of different level. One has to be at the top and the other has to be at the down. And in this case, Autostrada is passing through the ground and other roads are passing through the top. So it is called incrocio spasati. Incrocio spasati, intersection of different level. So in Autostrada, you cannot see intersection that one has to wait for the other one. So another thing you must look at in Autostrada is Spartitraffico. Spartitraffico is used to divide the road into carriageways. Now we have one carriageway here. This carriageway have 2 lanes for each direction, and in the other side there's another 2 lanes coming. So the Spartitraffico here is what divide the road into carriageways. So those are the characteristics of Autostrada. So as we keep on driving, I will show you the acceleration lane. Before, as we are entering, you see the acceleration lane. Go see the acceleration. You saw it, and I will show you the deceleration lane. So just remain and wait until I get to deceleration lane. Then I will show you what it is used for. Here you can see there's a sign telling you to reduce your speed, because before we enter the Autostrada, this was the point that they were telling us that there is men at work, STRADA. That is what we call people that are working on the road. So they gave us the notice earlier on, and now they are asking us to reduce our speed by telling us with those signs. So you can drive 130 only when there are absence of any other signs that that stop you from doing so. So in absence of any other speed signs, you will drive 130, and in some special occasion, you will see a sign that will allow you to drive up to 150 at Autostrada. That is on special occasions. So probably based on the characteristics of that particular point. But now they ask us to reduce our speed. We reduce our speed according to the signs that we see. So if you are driving on Autostrada when you did not see any sign, the normal driving is 130. The highest you can go is 130. That is the maximum you can go. One thing you must also remember is that the indication signs on Autostrada are green background. The indication signs are green background. As you can see, this is an indication sign that you have 92 kilometers to Bari and it's green background. This place here is telling you that we have electric speed control, and you see everything that is written on green background. Why? In case of Strada Extraordinary Principale, everything will be written on blue background. Everything written on blue background. Why? Strada Urbana, everything is written on white background. So what you are seeing there is Piazzolla di Sosta. A sign of Piazzolla di Sosta is on green, and it's telling you that in the next 250 meters, you will see Piazzolla di Sosta. Piazzolla di Sosta is used for taking a long rest of your vehicle. You can stay as long as you want when you are in Piazzolla di Sosta. But Corsia di Emergenza, this is Piazzolla di Sosta, is wider. Corsia di Emergenza, you can stay for maximum of 2 hours. If you have any fault with your vehicle, you can stay on this lane for 2 hours. Anything above 2 hours, you have to call the characteristic Soccorso Stradale. That is the people that they towing vehicles to come and tow your vehicle to your mechanic. If you feel that you cannot put everything in order within the space of 2 hours. So that is the functions of the Corsia di Emergenza. Now we are approaching an area, the service. So that is service area. What we mean by service area, in case you are running out of fuel, it has every kilometer. Like if you are now from here, they will tell you this is how many kilometers to the next service area. So in case you are running out of fuel, you want to buy fuel, you want to toilet, as you want to use the toilet, you want to eat food, anything you need that will make your journeys go smoother, that this is where we have it. You understand? So in this case, I have a lot of fuel, and I think I'm not hungry. I don't know if my colleague is hungry, so he said he's not hungry as well. He's a very nice guy. So in case you want to buy fuel, you want to buy anything, it's here. You want to gauge the air pressure of your tires. You do everything here. So after you finish, you can join the road again. You use the Corsia di Accelerazione. Corsia di Accelerazione is used to uniform your speed with the speed of the vehicle that are using the road before you meet them. Now there's a car coming, so it's very far from me. Now I increase my speed so I will not obstruct him. So as you can see, he's changed his lane already. So I join the road. That is the correct way to join an highway. That is the correct measures of joining an highway. So there's one thing I would still like to show you. There's one thing, there are some little numbers you are saying. I know it's very difficult for you to see. Those numbers that are placed on top of the traffic, they are the number that indicate the exact point that you are in the autostrada. Placed on top of the traffic. They are the number that indicate the exact point that you are in the autostrada. So this one is saying VI 588. In case you have a problem, you want to make a call, that is how you will let them know that is the place you are going, that is where you are going. So now we are going out. This is Corsia di Accelerazione. So I reduce my speed after I enter the lane. Corsia the deceleration, and now we are about to leave the Autostrada. The tickets we took while we were entering the Autostrada, so don't throw it off. You need it to go out. If you don't see this ticket, it will be difficult for you to go out, because with this ticket, the computer will read the point at which you start using the road. That is what the computer will use to calculate your bill. So now, once again, look at it. That is telepass. We don't have telepass on our car. So this one you have to pay with money. In case you want to pay with card, you will use that lane. So now we are paying with cash. So we are using this lane. And you have to make sure that the green light are shown, because any one of them that has fault, it will have a red light. So now we are paying with cash. You get closer to the machine, because here you are not allowed to come down from your car. So you insert the card here.
Introdurre il biglietto.
Now it's asking us to pay €1.90, because we do about 15 kilometers inside the Autostrada. €1.90 is what we are paying here. Now I put €2 inside, and it is giving me back 10 cents. It has given me 10 cents, and now the bar is up now. The road is open, you can go. So that is everything you need to know about Autostrada. The next on our list here we are going to look at is Strada Extraurbane Principale. Strada Extraurbane Principale, you are not paying anything for it. This is a sign that the Autostrada is finished. So Strada Extraurbane Principale, you are not paying anything for it. So we are going to check if we are going to get Strada Extraurbane Principale here. So now we want to enter a road that has the same characteristics with Principale. This road is Extraurbane Principale, but it is being registered as Strada Extraurbane Secondaria. I asked my teacher, this is the ramp taking us to the road. So I asked my teacher why this road is registered as Extraurbane Secondaria, because now this road allows to run 90, but normally Principale allows us to run 110. So there are no Strada Extraurbane Principale close to this place. So I decided to use this one because this one has the same characteristics with Strada Extraurbane Principale. You see the signs? This is a Piazzola di Sosta. Now the background is blue. It's different from when we were at Autostrada. The background was green. So now the background is blue. And now here they are asking us to drive 60. So you have to obey the signs that you are seeing. But on the normal ground, Principale, the normal speed you drive when you are not seeing any sign is 110. It is 110 kilometers per hour. So now this road is being registered, as I said earlier, as Strada Extraurbane Secondaria, because I asked my teacher in school. He said because there are a lot of farmers in this area, if they register this road as Strada Extraurbane Principale, the tractors cannot use Strada Extraurbane Principale. So it's against the Italian law. There are some categories of vehicles that cannot circulate on Strada Extraurbane Principale. So for that reason, they allow it to be registered as Strada Extraurbane Secondaria, so the farmers can use their tractor to get to the next city. But now, this is the same characteristics with Strada Extraurbane Principale. There is no difference. The characteristics of Principale is that you must not see Incrocio Araso, which is the same level intersection, and it must have at least 2 lanes to each direction. At least 2 lanes to each direction. It can have more, but the same thing applies here. This is Corsia Normale, and we also have Corsia di Sorpasso. That is the next lane there. So even if it is Autostrada, the last lane by the right is always for the normal circulation. So if you have to overtake, Every other lane by the left is for overtaking. So anytime you finish your overtaking, you have to come back to the first lane by the right. So STRADA Extraordinary Principale must also have Cosiadi Emergenza. It must also have Cosiadi Emergenza, and it must have Anti-Traffico that is used to divide the road. So what we are going to do next is I want to show you how to make a U-turn on a road like this, because now there are no same level intersections. So for you to make a U-turn, you have to wait until you get to the flyover. What you need to do is to follow the signs. Since you are going back to the other lane, follow the signs that said Inversione de Marcia. So you exit the road. Here at the top there, you see that Inversione de Marcia is asking you to go to the right. So since you are turning, so you follow the sign. Look at it here again. Inversione de Marcia. So continue, follow the ramp according to the directions. Then since you don't know, once you are approaching a junction like this, you will slow down very well to make sure that you are seeing what you are doing. Look at it at the top here, Inversione de Marcia. So you follow the arrow. There's another intersection ahead, so we don't know what to do. Then we'll look forward to Inversione de Marcia. This Inversione de Marcia is asking us to go to the left. Even if you are in Autostrada, that is the same thing, the same procedure you follow. Inversione de Marcia is asking us to go to the left. Now, here you see the entrance to the road. Inversione de Marcia. Look at it, the last one here. Inversione de Marcia. So you follow the signs. So we have all the time because today is Sunday and the road is less busy. Then now you see I'm merging to the road. Now I'm not at the other side now. I'm facing the other side. Now this is acceleration lane once again. You accelerate on this lane, so and you watch your mirrors to make sure that you are uniform with the vehicles that are already on the road. So you should not cause obstruction to those vehicles. So now we want to exit from the STRADA Extraordinary Principale. So the correct way to exit from this road is to use the deceleration lane, Cosia di Decelerazione. Now that's the lane. From here you enter, apply your brake, start applying your brake. Now you leave the road already, apply your brake. You have enough space to apply your brake till you slow down to the normal speed that you can use on the curve. So that is the correct way to leave the Autostrada and the STRADA Extraordinary Principale. So now we want to look at STRADA Extraordinary Secondaria. This is the suburban road. It's outside the build-up area. This one is called STRADA Extraordinary Secondaria. So the characteristics of this kind of road is that it must have at least one lane to each direction. It must have at least one lane to each direction, and it must also have banchina. Banchina is at shoulders. These are these places you are seeing where they are grass. They are called banchina. They are at shoulders. So this road, the normal speed you have to drive on this road in absence of any road sign, in absence of any speed sign. The normal speed is 90 kilometer per hour. 90 kilometer per hour. So this kind of road, you can also have a Grosho's passage, which is what we just passed now, intersections of different level. So, and this one, it can also have Incrocio Araso, which is intersection of the same level. When we say intersection of the same level, it means intersection where one vehicle has to stop for another one to go through because they are of the same level. If one did not stop, there will be collision and accident will occur. So I think that is all I can say concerning this road. So now we are in the city build-up area, the urban area. So this is an urban road. So we want to look at Passaggio a Livello. Passaggio a Livello, that's railway crossing, level crossing, railway crossing. This is the sign of a railway crossing. This sign tells you that you want to cross a railway line. So that sign under has they have all their meanings. Even this sign here has their meaning. They are under pericolo. So when we get to the topic of pericolo, the topic of danger signs, so I will tell you the meaning of all these signs you are seeing, even this one. So we are very close to the railway crossing now. That is what they call Passaggio a Livello. So this one is this type is with con barriera. This one is with full barrier. You see the barrier here. So in case a train is passing, this barrier will close completely. It is full barrier. You understand? So now this is the railway itself. This is the railway itself. So we just crossed the railway. Now that is what they call Passaggio a Livello. Passaggio a Livello. Now the next thing we want to look at now is Isola di Traffico. A lot of people will say that name Isola. Isola is island. In the normal word, island of traffic island. So what is traffic island? I think with my own sense, I will know that now since we have been cruising on the asphalt, we have been cruising on the road. So any area that the car should not cruise on should be the island. I think that is the best way you can remember what we call Isola di Traffico. These are the things you are seeing here. They can use it to channel your movement on the road. Like if you are going there, they use this solid materials to channel you, because you cannot drive on top of that place. It's called Isola di Traffico. Isola di Traffico. So this obligo sign that is here now is telling you that you can pass through any direction, any part of this Isola di Traffico. Look at another one here. It's Isola di Traffico. But this sign here is telling you that you cannot pass through this Isola di Traffico. It's an obstacle. It's listed under obstacle. It's telling you that you cannot pass through this Isola di Traffico from the other side. You can only pass through this side. Look at them, Isola di Traffico. That is what they call Isola di Traffico, traffic island. Here again, as you can see, this one here at the middle of the road is called Isola di Traffico. Isola di Traffico. You see it? It starts from here. It's just like triangle, because it's higher than the normal pavement of the road, so you cannot drive on top of it. That is why it's called Isola di Traffico, traffic island. It's higher than the normal pavement, so they are everywhere. They have their own important use. So here is what they call the marciapiedi. It is where the pedestrian walk on. It is called the marciapiedi. It is a pedestrian path. It is always at the side of the road, marciapiedi. So that is where the pedestrians walk on. In case you don't know marciapiedi, this is marciapiedi. It's also a part of the road. Now we want to look at Corsia Riservata. a reserved lane. Though this one is not long, some might be very long. It's always marked with yellow. It's basically reserved for some specific kind of vehicle. Like this lane now, this one here is reserved for taxi. So as you can see, there are taxi on the road. It's reserved for taxi, and this one is demarcated with something yellow line. Here you can see that this lane is only taxi that you are seeing that can pass through this place. So yeah, you see it's reserved and no other vehicle can pass. So though this one is very long, but it is basically meant for taxi. Look at the road. You see, there are no other vehicles that can go there. This one is at the front of the train station, but some will be inside the town, and some will be anywhere. But it's always marked with yellow. So then another thing I want to show you here is this place, Zona Limitator. Zona Traffico Limitator. Zona Traffico, this is a sign that tells you that this yellow sign is telling you that there's no circulation. So now it's a shelter, they now draw buses under. So with that reason, you will now understand that here these are the categories of vehicles that can enter this place. It's a Fermata, Autobus, Servicio Navita. So what is they are saying here that this particular place, no other private vehicle can access this place. It is only public bus. So these are signs for zona limitator. So you cannot access this place. It is a place reserved for particular categories of vehicle. It might be some of them might be acceptable for somebody with invalid kind of license, like someone in the condition of disability that have different kind of disability. They can have the access to it, but in this case, the science is not showing that someone with disability can drive inside. So, but there are some cases that we exempt people with any form of disabilities. So now this is what they call a Traversal Pedunale, pedestrian crossing. Some people will call it zebra crossing. Are you a zebra? So some people will call it zebra crossing, but it's called pedestrian crossing. Ashava Pedunale. So it's very key. Anyone you see on top of here has the right of way. So then a lot of people ask, what is Savagente? Savagente, it sounds very, very strange. The first day I had is Savagente. How is it saving agent? This place here is called Savagente. So if you think about it the way I do, it saves the agent from being smashed from the vehicles that are using this place. Like it's very hard for the vehicle to climb up here. So if you see, like for instance, if today was not a Sunday, you will see people waiting for buses. They will stand on top of this place. This one is very long. So another one you can also know is like the other. Now you see the passengers are coming down from the bus, so they are still on top of this Savagente. Now they are safe there because the vehicles that are driving from this road cannot smash them. Other buses that are coming to pick up passengers cannot smash them. So on top of this place is called Savagente. Sometimes the tram, some cities that have tram, so the tram offload their passengers on top of Savagente. So in case you don't know what Savagente is, that is what it is. It saves the life of the pedestrians. Island that save that guarantee that secure the pedestrian from being smashed by vehicle. That is Savagente. So some pedestrian crossing, in case it is cleaned up, like it is no longer visible on the asphalt, on the surface of the road, in case it is no longer visible, but that is a sign that you will know that at that same spot there is a Traversal Pedunale, a crossing point for pedestrians. So, but at 150 meters before this place, you see another one in red that will notify you that you are approaching a pedestrian crossing. Then we have what we call Paso Carabile. This is a sign for Paso Carabile. It means this entrance is an entrance for somebody's private, like for somebody, people living in this house. This is their entrance that they use to park their vehicle, maybe in their parking space, in their underground, in their garage. So it's called Paso Carabile. As you can see, this one have its number. So I think they get it from the commune. I don't know if they have to pay for it or not, but it is the commune that give them Paso Carabile. So it's an entrance for vehicles that are entering into their housing. Look at another one here. So this sign alone, it will tell you in front of Paso Carabile, you can do a quick stop, but you cannot do sosta. Sosta is a long park. You cannot have a long park. You cannot park your vehicle and leave it in front of Paso Carabile. If not, the road authorities, they will come out to your vehicle and you might be penalized. So here we have the area Pedunale. Look at it here. It's called area Pedunale. It's the place where the pedestrians walk. Though it's very wide, it's big enough for vehicles, but it is not for vehicles. It is for pedestrians alone. So it's not a place where you can walk. It's not a place where you can drive vehicles. So there are some categories of vehicles that are allowed here. There are some categories of vehicles that are allowed to circulate here. Vehicles of the ambulance, policia, vigili di foco, and only when they are under the emergency service. Then vehicles, velocipiedi is also allowed from the time of 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So their area Pedunale and vehicles are not allowed to circulate here. Normal vehicles are not allowed to circulate here. So for people that are coming from that side, when the area Pedunale is finished, this is the sign. You see, it has red bar. The red bar is here to show that the pedestrians area is finished. So from now, if you have been walking here comfortably as a pedestrian, you will now be more careful because you want to start applying on road that other vehicles are also using. So now this is Pista Ciclabile. Is a pathway for bicycles. It's a pathway for bicycle. Pista Ciclabile, that's what it's called. Pista Ciclabile. Now, look at it. Here, that the bicycle is crossing. It's called Ashava Cemetery. Look at the difference. There's difference between it and the zebra crossing. There's difference between Traversal and the Traversal Pedunale. Look at the difference. Traversal is noticed by these signs, little signs at the edge. Why this is the Traversal Pedunale, the zebra crossing. So there are slight difference. So now we want to look at Kuva. Kuva is talking about bend. This is a sign of Kuva. It's a danger sign. So we'll treat it when we get to the danger signs. When we want to start treating danger signs, we'll talk about Kuva. So it's a curve. You see the curve? So I think we'll do one more curve, and that will be it. Yeah, this one here is another sign of curve. It's doppio curva, primo a destra. Double curve, the first to the right. This is the sign. Double curve, the first to the right. Because there's a car behind me, I cannot stop there for you to see the sign very well. But we will come to that sign. It's other periculous sign. This is the first. We have curve to the right. Now we want to take the second curve to the left. So these are indication signs that indicate the range of the curve. Now we are looking at Undoso. This is the last thing we are looking at for today. Undoso is hump. So what this place do is almost the same like Kuva. It limits your visibility. As you can see, you cannot see the vehicles coming at the opposite direction until they suddenly climb from the hills. So it limits your visibility. So you cannot overtake here. You cannot make a U-turn here. So it's called Undoso. So yes, this is the right one I want to use for this video, because this one have the sign. This is the sign that tell you that you are approaching Undoso. Undoso sign. The sun is reflecting on it, and it's very difficult for us to see. I don't know if you can see it from here like this. Yes. Yeah, so that is, it's saying in 100 meter away, that's the panel under this saying that in 100 meters we'll start climbing, we'll get to Undoso, which is hump. It limits your visibility. So let's clamp on the hump. As you can see, if there's a vehicle coming at the other side of the hump, you cannot see the vehicle. So here you don't overtake, you don't make U-turn, because it limits visibility. The only thing you need to do is to keep driving straight. You cannot even stop or park at top of the hump. This is called Undoso. Undoso, a hump. So we just finished climbing it. So then one other thing I have to say, there are two things that we could not make the video today because they are not present in this area. That's the tramway. The tramway is called the Sede di Tramvaria. So for people that are living in big cities like Torino, Milano, Roma, you know what we call tram. It's just like train. It has very little difference with train because it's smaller than train. Even the track are smaller than the track of the train. So it is basically for public transport. It's called the Sede di Tramvaria. So it's a part. Its way is also a part of the road. It's one of the things that we have to be very careful with when we are using the road. So, but it's not here now. If for other people that live in big cities, they will see it. Then we have another topic that will make us to refer to it next time. And another thing is Strada Urbane Discorrimento. Strada Urbane Discorrimento is like all those kind of road, though they are inside the city center, but there might probably be an underground road. There might probably be a flyover road where you can drive up to 70 kilometers per hour, though it is inside the city, but you see the sign that will allow you to drive up to 70 kilometers per hour. So I want to say a very big thank you for watching and learning on my channel. My name remains Omorui Osage. So thank you for watching Easy Drive channel. I will see you on the next video. So any topic I make, I will try my best to make video of those topics. So we will see the reality of what we are talking about. Bye. Have a wonderful day. And another thing, I want to apologize quickly for the shaking in the video and for the instabilities, like sometimes we are recording the dashboard. It's as a result of the fact that it's the first video we are making, so we promise to improve on the video. So if today is your first time, like, subscribe, share the video to your friends.